Hello, my name is Aidan MacNeil, and this is my tiny house project. This project is in collaboration with Habitat for Humanity and is a tiny house that I've titled The Cold Embrace of Concrete, named after its exterior material as well as its brutalistic style. So moving on, started off the project with looking at inspirations, and the inspiration project that I ended up choosing was the Brook House located in Australia. So it's a tiny house, a bit larger than the tiny houses that we were working with this project. But what drew me to this one was its use of one main material with some accents materials, some glass features, and some interesting exterior features. But what really drew me in was the loft space, which I planned on including in my project. So a couple additional images showing that loft space, the glass feature, the exterior, the interior with that loft space, and then the glass feature as well as the materials. The floor plans, you can see that glass feature pointed out with the arrow, and then the loft space as well. On from there, it was into the interim submission, which just the goal of this was to outline my goals for this project and strategies on how I would reach those goals. So it started with a concept strategy, which for me was creating a flexible space designed for students, designed in a brutalistic style that provides students a single bed and a connection to nature through an outdoor patio. I'm researching the capabilities of architecture to create a natural entity inside of concrete walls for a one-bedroom tiny home. So strategy 1 was in a brutalistic style, connection 2 a connection to nature, and then strategy 3 a flexible space. On from there, I moved into sketching. So first with a bit of a brutalistic style building, just really a generic one, but having a tree sort of sprout out from the center, and then more designing it itself with the location of windows and doors that would be critical for this stage of the project, which was creating interim floor plans, showing the floor plan layout with the kitchen, dining, and living spaces, and then the bathroom, and then incorporating that loft space with stairs going upwards where you can see that loft space, some rendered floor plans there, and then some use of the materials with a bit of wood accenting the concrete, and then a few other shots of a balcony or a patio for that connection to nature. So from this project, some comments and points to improve that I moved on to the final submission was the washroom layout, the toilet, and it's just being a bit too big. Improve the line weights for the plans to better represent where they start and end. And then the kitchen just being a little increased, and then there's a interior view of the 3D. So the final submission, which included just everything in here. So the poster for it, starting with a bit of a material color palette, the floor plans, my strategies, and then these drawings, which I'll get a bit into a closer look at. So the updated strategy was that I'm researching the capabilities of architecture to create a tiny home that is long-lasting, easy and cheap to build, and provides students with a connection to earth and nature. So strategy 1 was using exposed concrete as the structure and facade, as it's long-lasting, easy to pour and construct, and cost-effective. After that, the exposed concrete and accent wood allows inhabitants to feel a bit closer to nature. Wood, of course, tying into trees, and concrete tying into sort of rocks protruding from the earth. Then a larger entranceway acting as a connection to nature, and just pointed out there the dark wood accents. Some diagrams, the 3D section cuts, the loft view, and then the section showing the height of the sleeping area, as well as some interior shots, and then the floor plans just empty here, and then noted a few points: the outdoor seating space, the longer kitchen, the just reducing to a single chair there, a new living and seating space to keep those spaces together, a bit of a reorganized washroom to give the laundry a bit more room, and then of course the sleeping area. And that is about it for this project. So thank you very much for listening, and yeah, that was the Cold Embrace of Concrete. Thank you.